As we step into this new year, I want you to understand something important. Growth is not automatic. It doesn't just happen because we hope for it or because we turn the page on a calendar. Growth is a choice. And if you want to make this a great year, you must be intentional about becoming better every single day. Too many people make the mistake of thinking that time alone will make them better. They assume that just because another year passes, they will naturally improve. But the truth is, experience alone doesn't lead to growth. Evaluated experience does. The difference between the person who grows and the person who stays the same is the level of intentionality they bring to their life. If you don't take control of your growth, life will simply happen to you. You'll drift. And drifting never leads to greatness. No one has ever accidentally become a great leader, a great spouse, or a great friend. The people who achieve greatness are the ones who take responsibility for their own development. They don't wait for opportunities to come to them. They prepare for opportunities before they arrive. So let me ask you, what's your plan to grow this year? Not your wishes, not your dreams, your plan. If you don't have a plan for your growth, then you're leaving it to chance. And I can promise you this chance is not a strategy for success. Maybe you need to grow as a leader. Maybe you need to grow in your discipline, your relationships, or your ability to handle challenges. Whatever area you need to improve, you must create a plan. That plan might include reading books that stretch your thinking. It might include finding a mentor who has walked the path before you. It might include setting aside time every week to reflect, learn, and apply what you're discovering. And here's something important. Growth doesn't happen in your comfort zone. If you only do what you've always done, you'll only get what you've always gotten. Real growth requires stretching. It requires stepping into the unfamiliar, trying new things, and sometimes even failing. But failure isn't the enemy of growth. Stagnation is. One of the biggest obstacles to growth is the belief that we have arrived. The moment we think we know enough, we stop learning. And the moment we stop learning, we stop growing. Great leaders, great thinkers, and great achievers never stop asking, how can I get better? They never stop seeking new wisdom, new experiences, and new perspectives. So this year, make a decision. Don't settle for where you are. Don't assume that growth will happen on its own. Be intentional, set goals. Surround yourself with people who challenge you. And most importantly, take action every single day to become the person you were meant to be. Because if you do, this won't just be another year, it'll be your best year yet. Now the question is, what's your first step? Your attitude is one of the most powerful tools you have. It shapes the way you see the world, the way you respond to challenges, and ultimately the results you get in life. If you want to make this a great year, you must make the decision right now to have a winning attitude, because your attitude will determine your altitude. Life will not always go the way you plan. There will be obstacles, setbacks, and moments when you feel like giving up. But the difference between people who succeed and those who don't isn't that successful people have an easier road. It's that they have a different mindset. They don't allow circumstances to control them. They control how they respond to their circumstances. Some people go through life expecting the worst. They assume things won't work out. And because that's what they expect, that's exactly what they get. But people with a winning attitude approach every challenge as an opportunity. They don't see problems, they see possibilities. They don't ask, why is this happening to me? They ask, what can I learn from this? They don't focus on what's missing, they focus on what's possible. Your attitude is a choice. Every single day you have the power to decide how you will approach life. You can choose to wake up with gratitude, to look for the good in people, and to believe that better days are ahead. Or you can choose to focus on negativity, complain about what's wrong, and assume the worst. Either way, you will find what you're looking for. A bad attitude doesn't just affect you, it affects the people around you. No one wants to follow a leader who is always negative. No one is inspired by someone who constantly complains. If you want to make an impact this year, if you want to grow as a person and lift others in the process, you must commit to bringing a positive attitude wherever you go. That doesn't mean ignoring reality. It doesn't mean pretending that everything is perfect. It means refusing to let what's wrong keep you from seeing what's right. It means choosing faith over fear, gratitude over grumbling, and solutions over excuses. The truth is, the people who make the biggest difference in this world aren't the ones who have the easiest path. They're the ones who decide that no matter what happens, they will keep moving forward with hope, resilience, and a belief that the best is yet to come. So let me ask you, how's your attitude right now? Is it lifting you up or is it holding you back? If you want this to be a great year, start by choosing the right mindset. Choose to expect good things. Choose to see possibilities. Choose to believe that you are capable of more than you ever imagined. Because when you do, you won't just change your year, you'll change your life. Now, the question is, what attitude will you choose today? Success is never a solo journey. No matter how talented, disciplined, or driven you are, your ability to make this a great year will be directly tied to the people around you. If you want to go far, you must understand this simple truth. Life is about relationships, and the greatest achievements come from adding value to others. Too many people chase success with a mindset of what can I get? They focus on their own goals, their own achievements, and their own ambitions, but they miss the bigger picture. True success isn't measured by what you accumulate, it's measured by the impact you make. The people who create lasting success are the ones who ask, how can I serve? How can I help? How can I add value to the people around me? This year, if you want to experience real growth, shift your focus from me to we. Instead of just thinking about what you need to accomplish, ask yourself, who can I lift up? Maybe it's mentoring someone who is struggling. Maybe it's encouraging a friend who is going through a tough time. Maybe it's simply being more present in your relationships, truly listening, truly caring, truly making a difference in someone's life. The people who make the biggest impact aren't always the most talented, but they are always the most intentional. They take time to build relationships. They understand that leadership isn't about titles or positions, it's about influence. And influence is built one conversation, one act of kindness, one moment of connection at a time. If you look at the most successful leaders, they all have one thing in common: they invest in people. They don't just focus on what they can achieve, they focus on who they can develop. They don't just aim to be the best, they aim to bring out the best in others. And because of that, their influence lasts far beyond their own efforts. So let me challenge you with this. As you go through this year, don't just measure success by what you accomplish. Measure it by the lives you impact. Who are you helping grow? Who are you encouraging? Who are you making better? Because at the end of the day, your legacy won't be built on what you did for yourself, it will be built on what you did for others. The greatest leaders are not remembered for how high they climbed, but for how many people they lifted along the way. If you want to make this a great year, make it your mission to serve, to encourage, and to add value wherever you go. Because when you do, you won't just change your year, you'll change the lives of the people around you. Success is not built in a day, it's built daily. The people who achieve great things don't rely on big one-time efforts. They understand that greatness comes from consistency, not intensity. If you want to make this a great year, you must commit to small, intentional actions repeated over time. Too many people start the year with excitement. They set big goals, make bold resolutions, and dive in with enthusiasm. But then life happens. The motivation fades, challenges arise, and before long they fall back into old habits, waiting for next year to try again. But here's the truth, success isn't about how intensely you start, it's about how consistently you continue. The greatest achievements in life don't come from one big moment. They come from the small choices you make every single day. A healthy body isn't built from one workout, it's built from daily discipline. A strong marriage isn't created from one grand gesture, it's built through consistent love and communication. A successful career doesn't come from one big project, it's built through years of steady growth and effort. If you want to see real progress this year, focus on consistency over intensity. Instead of setting unrealistic goals that you won't sustain, commit to small daily habits that move you forward. Read for 15 minutes a day instead of waiting for the perfect time to read an entire book. Exercise for 20 minutes instead of pushing yourself to the point of burnout. Make one meaningful connection each day instead of trying to build your entire network overnight. Small actions may not seem significant in the moment, but over time they compound. A single drop of water doesn't create a river, but thousands of drops over time can carve through rock. Your daily habits are shaping your future even when you don't see immediate results. The key is to stay committed even when you don't feel like it. There will be days when you're tired, when progress feels slow, when results seem invisible. But those are the moments that separate those who succeed from those who don't. Winners keep going even when it's hard. They stay disciplined even when motivation fades. They understand that success is not about doing extraordinary things once, it's about doing ordinary things consistently. So this year, make a decision. Don't chase short-term intensity, commit to long-term consistency. Set small, achievable goals and stick with them. Create daily habits that align with your vision. Keep showing up, keep doing the work, and trust that over time, those small efforts will lead to big results. Because in the end, it's not what you do occasionally that shapes your life, it's what you do consistently. Now the question is, what small habit will you commit to today? This year will not be perfect. There will be challenges. There will be moments when things don't go as planned. There will be times when you feel like giving up. But if you want to make this a great year, you must shift your perspective, because adversity is not something to fear. It's an opportunity to grow. Every great leader, every successful person, every world changer has faced adversity. The difference between those who rise and those who stay stuck isn't the presence of obstacles, it's their response to them. Some people see adversity as a dead end. Others see it as a doorway. Some let challenges define them. Others let challenges refine them. You can't control what happens to you, but you can control how you respond. And your response will determine whether adversity holds you back or pushes you forward. The most successful people don't avoid difficulties. They embrace them as opportunities to learn, improve, and become stronger. Think about the strongest trees. They don't grow deep roots in calm weather. They develop their strength in the storms. The wind forces them to dig deeper, to become more stable, to stand taller. The same is true for you. The struggles you face this year aren't meant to break you, they are meant to build you. But that only happens if you choose the right mindset. Too many people let adversity make them bitter instead of better. They complain, they blame, they focus on what's unfair, but successful people ask, what can I learn? How can this make me stronger? How can I use this to help others? Some of the greatest breakthroughs in history were born from adversity. Some of the strongest leaders were shaped by struggles. Some of the most inspiring success stories began with failure. The obstacle you're facing right now may be the very thing that leads to your greatest growth if you refuse to quit. So as you move through this year, don't shy away from challenges. Lean into them. Instead of running from the hard things, face them with courage. Instead of seeing difficulties as barriers, see them as stepping stones. Instead of allowing setbacks to define your year, use them to refine your character. Every adversity carries with it a lesson, a strength, and an opportunity. You may not see it in the moment, but if you stay committed, if you stay strong, if you keep moving forward, you will look back and realize that the struggle wasn't a setback, it was preparation for something greater. The question is not, will you face adversity this year? The question is, how will you respond when it comes? Because in the end, the toughest challenges create the strongest people. Good intentions are not enough. Dreams don't become reality just because you think about them. Success doesn't come from wishing, hoping, or even planning. It comes from action. If you want to make this a great year, you must be willing to take action consistently and intentionally, no matter how small the steps may seem. Too many people wait for the perfect moment. They say, I'll start when I feel ready. I'll take the first step when the timing is right. I'll pursue my goals when I have more time, more resources, more confidence. But the truth is, there is no perfect moment. The right time to start is now. Waiting is easy. Taking action is hard. That's why so many people live with regret. They had dreams, but they never acted on them. They had ideas, but they never pursued them. They had opportunities, but they hesitated until it was too late. Don't let this be another year of missed chances. If you have a goal, take the first step today. It doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be a step, because movement creates momentum. And once you start moving, progress becomes easier. Think about it this way. A plane doesn't reach full speed on the runway before it takes off. It starts moving even when the momentum is slow. And as it builds speed, it lifts higher and higher. The same is true for you. Your breakthrough won't come from standing still. It will come from taking action, one step at a time. Of course, action doesn't mean you won't face fear. Fear is natural when you step into something new. But successful people don't let fear stop them. They understand that courage isn't the absence of fear. It's the decision to move forward in spite of it. So what's holding you back? Is it doubt? Is it the fear of failure? Is it the belief that you're not ready? Whatever it is, let me tell you this, you don't have to have it all figured out to get started. You don't have to be perfect to take the first step. All you need is the willingness to begin. If you want this to be a great year, don't just talk about what you're going to do it. Don't just think about your goals, take action. Don't let another year go by filled with unfulfilled dreams and untapped potential. The people who make the biggest impact in life aren't necessarily the smartest, the most talented, or the most connected. They are the ones who take action. They are the ones who do the work, even when they don't feel like it. They are the ones who step out in faith, even when the outcome is uncertain. And that can be you if you choose to start now. As we step into this year, remember this: growth is intentional, attitude is a choice, success is about adding value, consistency creates results, adversity is an opportunity, and action is the key to progress. Every great year is built one decision, one habit, and one step at a time. You have everything you need to make this year your best yet. The question is, will you commit to it? Will you take responsibility for your growth? Will you choose the right mindset? Will you invest in others? Will you stay consistent, embrace challenges, and take bold action? The choice is yours. Don't wait for the perfect moment, create it. Don't just hope for a great year, make it happen. I believe in you, and I can't wait to see what you accomplish. Go after your dreams, stay persistent, and make every day count. Good luck, and thank you.